How are you all out there? My name is Eric Backer. I'm a naturopath and I'm from New Zealand. What are some of the common mistakes people make with salicylate sensitivity? If you haven't watched the other videos in this series, be sure to look at them all, because there's a whole series of like 10, 15, 20 videos I've made on salicylate sensitivity. Okay, I make these playlists to dispel a lot of myths, okay, to bust through a lot of the crap that's online about these conditions. So I just try and speak basic common sense about topics that I've got a lot of clinical experience with, and particularly this sort of thing. So what are some of the mistakes people generally would make with this condition? I see the biggest mistake that you would make with salicylate sensitivity is taking aspirin every day and pointing your finger at food saying that's the problem. Okay, as I mentioned in a previous video, if you think you've got salicylate sensitivity, take an aspirin tablet, just a 325 milligram tablet, once per day for a few days, and see what happens. Okay, if you start feeling really weird after one dose, well, stop it. If nothing happens after 2 or 3 doses, then there's a big chance you likely won't have salicylate sensitivity. If you really want to know, you could go to the stronger tablet, the ASA, the acetyl salicylic acid. You try and say that, acetyl salicylic acid. If you take that one for 3 or 4 days, which is a stronger version, a 650 milligram tablet, you'll know very quickly if you've got a salicylate problem or not. Okay, and if you do get a reaction, don't worry, the reaction will die off within a day as well. It won't kill you, but you usually start with a lighter tablet to see. Okay, so before you take foods out the diet, make sure that you really believe you have got a problem with this. All right, it's not an allergy. Okay, another mistake is people believe that salicylic problems is an allergy, but it's not. It's an intolerance. Your body can't tolerate salicylic acid. All right. As I mentioned in a previous video, allergies invoke T cell, white blood cell responses, which involve the production of antibodies, okay, and cytokines, and different chemicals that help to attack that antigen or that foreign thing coming into the body. And in this case, we haven't got those kind of responses. It's an entirely different response. It does cause, the end result can be similar to allergy responses, but it's not an allergy, all right? So don't make the mistake also of saying that all of your health problems are related to salicylic, intolerance, salicylate intolerance, because they're not. Many people are looking for that one thing that they can grab hold of and blame for all of their woes and all of their health concerns. You may have an intolerance to salicylates, but it's not as common as you think. Okay, out of all of the thousands and thousands of people I've seen in the clinic, I've seen a couple of handfuls of people with a salicylate problem. So it's not very common. So don't immediately read the symptoms and think, I've got that problem, that's me, I'm going to take all these foods out of my diet. Okay, don't do that, all right? So just be careful. Another mistake people make with this problem is they start taking lots of supplements to mitigate the responses without looking at their diet. Okay, so don't just start popping pills, this capsule, and taking colostrum or taking extra vitamin C or taking extra probiotics, because if you're taking aspirin or eating foods high in salicylic acid and you've got a problem and you haven't dealt with the cause and you're trying to treat the symptoms with supplements or drugs, it's not going to really work. It's going to make you feel bad and sick. All right, so don't do it either. So I just wanted to make a quick video to show you that there are some issues concerning this condition, but make sure you've really got this condition before you act upon the information and do something. Many people I've seen over the years will falsely point their finger at something that they think they've got, but they haven't got it. And today with Google, it's getting worse. All right, Dr. Google doesn't always diagnose properly. Thanks for tuning in.